Who likes BioShock 2? Two years ago, roughly around the same time, it's Christmas now, I opened my brother's present that I got him and I began to play BioShock 2. It was really, really good. I absolutely fell in love with the female character, Big Sister. A couple months after I finished the game, I began to work on a cosplay for Eleanor Lamb because, you know, she was like one of my favorite characters. So after the entire summer, I finally came up with something that looked pretty decent, I think. So I'm just going to do a couple of YouTube videos to tell you guys how to make your very own Eleanor Lamb or Big Sister cosplay. For this episode, it's going to be the helmet. Without further ado, though, let's get right to it and let's start making this cosplay. Before you do anything, find some pictures of Eleanor Lamb and Big Sister and study them. Get to know the design. This will help you make the cosplay. You are going to need some shiny metallic spray paint, silver, shiny metallic spray paint in brass, crystal clear acrylic coating, you know, like some sort of gloss finish, black paint, brown paint, an X-Acto knife, a real knife, googly eyes, hot glue stick refills, smooth finish stuff. I got it at Walmart for like maybe $5 or something like that. Hot glue gun, heat gun, even though the heat gun isn't really required, it just comes in handy. And a whole lot of craft foam, very useful. Some sort of material that looks kind of twisty. It has like kind of like a sort of like that twisty texture to it, or circular texture. I'm probably gonna end up switching this out though. This was a piece of a jump rope. I used it for my last project, but as you can see, I'm not exactly sure there's going to be enough rope left. So I'm probably gonna end up switching that out later. These. Now these I got from Hobby Lobby. They're basically foam hemispheres, but if you could see, it basically covers up my entire head. You're gonna need a divider. A regular old office divider such as this one will do the trick as long as it's green and see-through. And finally, if you want your cosplay to light up, you're gonna have to buy some LED lights. These are micro LED string lights that I got off of Amazon for about $12 or so. I'll put the link in the description. So as I was making this video, I realized that there's a ton of stuff I actually ended up using. So I'm gonna list all that stuff in the description below. I'll also provide links for specific things I bought. So let's start with step one. You are going to take the hemisphere and you are going to cut a circle right here so your head can go through like that, alright? Okay, so the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to measure our head. And what this does is it gives us a pretty good idea about how big to make the hole for the helmet. Remember, if you're going to wear a wig, then you're going to want to make the hole a little bit bigger than usual so the wig fits in it. Using an X-Acto knife, cut out a long 1-inch thick piece of craft foam to glue to the inside of the helmet. Alright, so what you're going to do with this part, it's pushed up right here, right? So you're going to take a little bit of glue this down, and then you're going to just cut along the edge. So you glue like the individual pieces down. And we're just going to do that really fast. Alright, so now that we just did that, you can see how much more room this has. Now we're going to take our smooth finish, take a little bit, and just smush it along the edge and get it really right into those creases. Alright, cool. Now that the neck area is done, we can finally glue those two hemispheres together. So just using hot glue around the edge, glue it together, and then smush it down. Once the smooth finish stuff has dried, put the helmet on and mark with your nail where you would see out. Take some measurements to make sure that the window is in the correct area, and as you're cutting it out, periodically try it on to make sure it's comfortable and the right height. Start small and keep making it bigger. The window should be roughly 20 inches to 25 inches in diameter and 6 inches across. Smooth out some craft foam and cut out a 1-inch by 24-inch strip of craft foam. Then, make another one. To reinforce this part, take some soldier wire, cut out a good length of it, and put it in between the two pieces of craft foam with hot glue. Once this dries, glue it around the edge of the window to make the frame. Now, take your LEDs and figure out where you want them to be on the back of the helmet. I suggest making this directly across from the window, so both weights balance each other out. Once you have a battery pack shaped hole cut out, take some craft foam and some hot glue and cover the hole from the inside of the helmet. Take some craft foam and cut out certain strips so you could cover up the spongy areas inside of the hole. Take some longer craft foam strips and glue it over the craft foam inside of the helmet to reinforce it. Use an X-Acto knife to cut out some slits in the frame of the helmet. This is for airflow. Later, we'll cover them with some stocking material, but for now, we're just going to leave them be. Also take small pieces of soldier wire and use them to reinforce the inside of the frame. Now take a whole bunch of the smooth finish stuff and smear it all over the helmet. What this does is it gets rid of any dents that might be in it. Now take some fine sandpaper and just gently smooth it down. Cover one of the tops of the aerosol cans in craft foam. Then make a small cone to put on top of it. You can decorate this with some googly eyes and some more craft foam. Take that thing you made and cut out a hole for it in the left side of the helmet. Now's a good time to head to your kitchen and freak your mom out as you go opening a bunch of cabinets, grabbing whatever round thing you can find. So why did I just run around my kitchen grabbing a bunch of pots and lids and jars? Well, I'll tell you, it's because this pot right here is the perfect size for the cutout that's going to be right here. I will use this pot as a tracer. Now take that piece of craft foam you just cut out from that pot and cut a hole for your cone. Then push it through the hole you made on the helmet. Now cut out a whole bunch of thin strips of craft foam. We're going to put these on the helmet as the ridges. I got this tube from West Marine. It was about $10. It's honestly perfect for this project. I'll put the link to it in the description below. Here's a tip. If you need help holding up the tube while it dries, you can use some bobby pins. Take an old jar like this peanut butter jar and then put some hot glue in it. Then glue it to the side of the helmet. This will be the side piece. For this part, I found a small round item to use as a tracer for the two bottom windows. I used a plastic cup to make frames for these windows. I also hot glued some small googly eyes to the frames as rivets. This is a jump rope I bought at Walmart for about $3. It's perfect for those line things on the helmet. Just draw some lines, and then take some hot glue and glue it down. Now, this is the lid I picked up from my kitchen. It's about 20 inches in diameter. Take it, trace it onto some craft foam, and then cut it out. I like to do 2 layers of craft foam for this part. This is the lid I found in my kitchen. It's perfect for the helmet's window. Once it's cut out, I like to use some googly eyes to decorate it. Now, the last thing we'll do is make a cover for the battery pack. Cut out a 2-inch by 4-inch piece of craft foam, and then make sure it can fit over the hole. Make a little cutout for the on and off switch. Then decorate it with some googly eyes. So this is a pretty good place to stop for now. Next time we'll be prepping and painting, and we might even finish. Hey, if you guys found this video helpful or were just interested in it, consider clicking like and subscribe. I'm definitely going to be making a couple more DIY videos in the future, and I'll probably even take some requests too. Speaking of cosplay, the credit for those photos in the beginning goes to Kat Transkowski. She's super talented at both photography and editing, and if you guys are in need of a cosplay photographer, seriously, consider giving her a call. She's mostly based out of the greater New York City area and the Hudson Valley area. You can find a link to her page in the description below. And if you guys have any questions, ask them in the comment section below and I'll answer them the best I can. Well, till part 2!